Building a culture of care beyond the duty of care, a communications campaign for International SOS Foundation by Team India. Employee health and safety goes way beyond just employee welfare, and we have statistics to show that globally it's responsible for many deaths, loss of productivity, which in turn has an economic impact, and especially in developing countries. But we already know all of this. It is a problem, which is why International SOS Foundation works with organizations to bridge that gap. So their communications objective is quite clear. What we really need to do is come up with a communication construct, which we have. We've built 4 key pillars that actually support these objectives. That is education, engagement, partnership, and empowerment. All of this done to establish duty of care as a benchmark for health and safety of employees.
Our target audience is highly interconnected, at the heart of which lies the employee. For our TA, it's from mid-senior to senior level across organization. Now, what is the driving factor for all 3 of them? Employee, but how? The welfare, the branding, the attrition rate that we see, the health and safety, and the ownership that we need to give to our employees.
Absolutely. And that's at the core of our creative idea, Neha, because everything that you just said is what happened during the pandemic. So what we really need to work towards is building a culture of care, because you need to work for them before they work for you. It's beyond just being a duty. It's driven by purpose and trust. It's a culture, and we don't need a pandemic to tell us why. Culture of care needs to move beyond being a concept as being the key driver to fulfilling the duty of care. And we were ground up because that gap between duty and culture is purpose and trust. And it's way bigger than just being policies and initiatives. It's about creating a safe space for your employees and telling them that you care. So let's review, redefine, and restart.
And we want to do this through annual symposium along with the live campaign that will involve the target audience and the audience that they want to target, which are the employees. This will be in track with the pandemic situation that's going on. Considering it's different in different countries, we will be on track with the ever evolving situation. All this to bring down to practical and realistic solutions with online and offline engagement, and through the different tools that we've given here, culminating into a sub-campaign. And why are we doing this? It's for a community building exercise that will translate into a culture building model, disrupting the traditional idea of employee welfare.
Because at the end of the day, it's about 1 day, 1 year, through one app. It's so important, really, right? To educate and engage in order to partner and empower. And there are a range of issues under this that can be discussed. For instance, impact of migraine on productivity. It's one of the leading causes of absenteeism. So why not put it out there, get feedback, and really come up with some practical solutions? So we have a step-by-step plan to achieve that, and we can do that through our big idea. And the idea is to make it sustainable, right?
And that's how we're going to do through a mobile first strategy that we have. Why mobile? Because everyone today is connected to this device. We are looking at an HR toolkit, roundtable discussion with exchange of ideas. We're looking at a mobile application, which will be a long-term investment. We have mapped out partners like McKinsey, Deloitte, Gartner, focusing on research and credibility aspect. We are also looking at B2B media engagement, and finally social media, which needs to amp up our amplification.
It's all about creating a surround sound, and we have actually come up with 2 models to do that. See, it's very important to put your communication plan out there. So we have the VET model, which focuses on actually presenting that value and creating that expertise in the field, which International SOS Foundation already has, because they are the ambassadors of duty of care. So through that, building trust amongst people, supported by the risk model, which is to actually see the situation, the probability of it happening, the impact it has, and what is the action you can take on it.
And now we move on to our impact. So there is the app downloads that we're looking at. That's how we know we've got our audience hooked. We're looking at social media metrics, training registration, webinar registration. Of course, organic PR is an important part with word of mouth. And finally, we're looking at increased funding to see the kind of partners that we've been able to onboard and engage during this process, giving you a map that will map out the entire progress.
Absolutely. And we have 3 phases through which we are going to do this. So phase 1 will actually put the campaign out there. It's the big idea rollout, get people engaged, the app development process start. But it's phase 2, where we get the actual insights and data that we can put out, push a pedal on the partner outreach, try and get more and more more people involved, but phase 3 is the most crucial because this is where we sustain our campaign and we also measure the impact of it. We have to see whether our campaign is working for us or not, and that relook is always extremely important. So overall, this is how our campaign will play out, because not a short-term campaign, it's a long-term one. Thank you so much.